Apple used to set the standard. Every product was a statement. Now, it feels a little different. Some say Apple is coasting on its reputation. Others argue Apple's just evolving. Either way, we can ask the question, is Apple still cool?
Today's video is brought to you by Brain.fm. It's focused music, it sounds great, it's science-backed, it really works. You can check it out for free using the link down below.
Well, whatever made Apple cool in the first place? You can look back at the original iPod or the iPhone, the MacBook Air, and you can realize that back in the day, Apple didn't just make products, it made icons. But today, a lot of people would say that competitors are pushing forward faster. We have foldables coming, but not from Apple. We have AI breakthroughs, but not from Apple. What we do have for sure from Apple today is an incremental upgrade cycle and subscriptions. Sometimes people think about cool as pushing boundaries, and it's arguable whether Apple's doing that or not. You would have people arguing that Apple pushes boundaries in their marketing, right? Or maybe their political statements or affiliations, but I don't think you have anybody arguing that Apple's necessarily pushing boundaries in terms of innovation. What really makes something cool is when it's useful and different. The Vision Pro was certainly something that Apple came out with that was different. It was new, but it wasn't within reach, and it wasn't as useful as people wanted it to be. And whereas in the past, Apple was definitely about buying great products, you have a lot of people who feel like Apple's become more about paying forever. Apple Music, iCloud, TV Plus, Fitness Plus. I mean, does that still count as cool? Like $1,000 plus iPhone used to feel futuristic. It was an affordable luxury, but now it definitely feels expected. It feels more routine. You know, an iPhone is an iPhone. You know what to expect launch to launch. There really aren't any big surprises. Tim Cook even said, hey, we've got a new member of the family, you know, that we're gonna launch. And then it was the iPhone 16e. Does that feel like a new member of the family? Not really. You got the Apple loyalists out there though, who are saying Apple still has unmatched design, an unmatched user experience, unmatched privacy. Nobody integrates tech this smoothly. And then you have the critics who are saying, well, Apple's not innovative anymore. Like they're just playing it safe all the time. It's become very reliable, but it's not exciting. Want to upgrade your mental software? Get subscribed to my Saturday Signals newsletter. It's free, and I guarantee it'll be the most interesting and useful thing you encounter all week. I think there's something else at play here too. Back in the day when Steve Jobs would fly his pirate flag, you know, which most people these days who are Apple customers, especially newer customers, they don't even know about any of that stuff. And honestly, they don't care. But Apple was not the incumbent. They were an upstart. There was something cool about being the guy that had a Mac when everybody else had a PC, right? And now Apple's become so dominant that maybe they're like beyond cool, because it was always cool to be more rebellious rather than be part of the mainstream. But Apple's definitely become beyond mainstream. Like especially with the iPhone, Apple has become established. They're dominant. It's like a tech Rolex. So another part of this discussion is, do you need Apple to be cool anymore? I think a lot of this is like younger generations are seeing older generations feel like Apple is cool, and they're kind of opting out, and they're being like, you know, if the parents did it, then maybe I'm not going to be that into it. It's not cool in the way they feel like TikTok might be cool. But I'd say none of this is just set in stone. This is all up for debate. That's why we're talking about it. Certainly AirPods, for instance, remain very iconic. It's hard to walk down the street without seeing a bunch of Apple Watches, but maybe that's part of the problem. And let's be clear, Apple isn't dying. It's still the most valuable company on the planet, but its role in culture is shifting. If cool means being on the cutting edge, then Apple has some competition. We'll put it like that. If cool means being aspirational, then I think Apple still has a bit of an edge. But if cool means feeling new and exciting, then that's where the debate really starts. So let me know your take. Is Apple the company that people are looking up to still, or is it the company that we've all just gotten used to?